Yo everyone, what up? Welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve, and we're back in the apartment. Just came from the gym. I know I look like a slob. I haven't ate yet. But I wanted to get this mod done because my wife's coming home and she goes, we have things to do today. So this is part 4 of the Hobbit Pinball mod. I can't believe we're at part 4. I wanted to be done in part 2, but more things keep coming. One thing I've learned about this hobby is this. The 1 second you say, I'm never doing it again. That's it. Promise. Bullshit. A month later, something comes out. There's no choice. So last video, part 3, I had the Airborne mod. Came out amazing. Beautiful. And then a month later, Francesco was like, hey, Steve, are you busy? I'm like, why? Look at this pinball, pin side thread. So a guy named Chuck Navizian handcrafted and molded a bag end mod. Well, I'm going to show you in a second. Anyways, this is the instruction. He goes, look, it goes right where your toy is. Obviously, he didn't make it for me. But he goes, it's right there and it lights up. And he was asking for everybody's opinion who had the games, and everybody agreed it was awesome. Not too much. Converted to Canadian with shipped was about around 120. So American, don't quote me, I think it's around 80 or 90. I don't know, I'll put the link in the description. Anyway, so it came. Francesco's had it for a couple of weeks now. He's like, come get it. We hung out. He gave it to me. We talked about it. So I want to install it, but I do have a different opinion on what's recommended. So let's jump into it. My videos are already too long. And I wanna change it up a bit. So let's do that. Let me get the camera. I'm going to show you the actual mod, the toy, the mod itself, and then the game plan to do it. It should be an easy switch, but again, like my life, it should be easy. It's plug and play because Chuck's done a great job. And by the way, Chuck, if you're listening and watching, these instructions are better than Jersey, Jack, Stern, and everyone combined. Like, you should do their manuals. Like, and it's color. It's amazing, by the way. So anyways, I'm going to show you in a second. Then later, just for fun, I beat Ed Robertson. He's crying. I beat his high score, his GC score, because I've had it for almost 2 years, and I haven't been able to beat it. And I had an amazing game last week, and I have footage of it because no one would believe me in my pinball group. They go, you took the glass off, Steve. I'm like, no, I didn't. My wife's recorded. I have video evidence. God damn, no one believes me. And I'm going to show you that near the end. Anyways, we'll get to that at the end. Let me show you the mod, what the game plan is quick, and we'll get to it. All right. So I've just laid this out here. And again, there's the manual of the instructions, I say. Beautiful color. Chuck, man, good for you. Amazing. And then here's the way it is. So here's the mod. So there's the bag end mod, all hand sculpted and painted, right? And then through there, that's where the lights would shine. They're yellow, like almost like lanterns. And then here's the back. He's run it beautifully here to hide it. And then there's that. And then you just pretty much attach it. Boom, boom, boom. That's the splitter. And then that's done. So here's, I just took the glass off. So here's, let me show you from this angle what the pin looks like. So I have the mods I've done is there's, now if you guys haven't seen my past videos, you want to check it out, more than welcome to. So there's Thorin protecting the throne of Erebor, which is lit up. And that's tied to one of these GIs, I can't remember. And then there's Gollum, and then there's Bilbo. So normally I'd be done, but of course, so here's what is suggested, that right here is going to go the bag end, like the model, which is cool because my Bilbo is like, the ring. So that's going to be cool, and then it doesn't interfere. I've already measured it, which is really neat. I just have to wipe things down because, some glue or whatever. And then, so it would go here, and then it hides under here. But one thing that I do not, me and Francesco were talking about till like 3 in the morning of the whys, but here's what I guess Chuck recommended in the instructions, which is not bad, is he ties it in to the GI, so the lights are always on. Now, the truth is, when I was first looking at it, I'm like, well, no, I don't personally want that. And the reason, let me try to get in here one sec. Is that better? Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to tie it in to the bag end lamp, like the insert, because its bag end is not always on. This is a terrible angle, isn't it? Bag end is not always on. And which I like, because that means when you're playing, so to me, what me and Francesco are saying is to have it more interactive. Think of it, I'm having a game, and then that light is right here, is that the light. So when that means that when the mod is on, always, it's just more eye candy and it's always on. To me, I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, why wouldn't we have it more interactive? So that means that it's, it has more of a purpose, because the lights are on only when that light is on. So then when you're playing, because again, this is visually a very elaborate lighting system and overwhelming, that when you look up and you see that the light is on, that means that you've activated a mode to do with bag end. So I wanted it more, again, as an interactive toy, similar to the Throne of Erebor, because Erebor normally is on now, it's the GI, but it does, in certain modes, it goes on and off and it flashes. So it adds a little, it almost feels like it was part of the game, and they added it as part of interactivity. So I wanted to do that, and I want to tie it in here. Now, normally, so again, he's created this beautiful, it's easy, right? You just tie it in, there's the splitter, and it's done. Well, I haven't lifted it yet. We will together now. Make sure everything else is not going to be impacted, and then we're good. And then later, if all goes well, not today though, I want to actually see the metal that he's standing on, that platform that I've done for all of them, other than Thorn. I want to actually go to like a Michael's or a craft store and get, like the fake grass, where how people have like the toy train sets, and then like there's that fake grass. I want to, because then it suits the plastic. I actually want to put it around that metal to mean like he's on grass, because he's on bag end. And all it would be is cutting it out and literally put a little dab of glue around it, and it's perfect. And I did mention this before, and then with Gollum, and then maybe paint it blue with like little stones. I don't know I'm going to do that, because he's supposed to kind of be in the cave, you see the blue, to have it kind of like in water. Maybe water would be kind of cool. So anyways, that's not going to be done until later, but it's just an idea. So let's lift it up, and I'm going to see how we can tie it into this. The worst case scenario, which I do not want to do, because it's more work and it's potential errors, is I'll just take this, and then I'll just cut off the positive and negative lead, and you just solder it to that lamp. That's really the easiest way to do it. It won't take long, or it's not hard, but it's more work than I want to do, and it's messier than it would be with this connector. So let me lift it up. We'll do a little research and see if hopefully we can plug it in. If not, either I tie it to the GI like he intended, but I really don't think it would make sense, because it's supposed to be bag end and bag end related. Anyways, I'll be back. Let's see how we're going to do this. All right, so playfield's up. I'm handheld here. I don't have my tripod. We've run in. It's not a problem. Let me rephrase. It's not a problem, but what I was just thinking makes sense, but won't work. Here's why. Now I'm a little naive, because I was just working on my Turtles and my Swords of Fury, and those are like old school lamps. Well, these are like the RGB controlled ones, and how am I going to tie it into that? So I don't know, it won't work. Like I was thinking of just soldering in like an old school one, but these are all controlled by these things. Now, I don't have the skill or know-how yet, if that's possible, because it's right here. Look at now, that's why I'm handheld. Sorry if it's a little unstable. Like that, so that's where the mod is. Well, how the hell am I going to tie it into this what am I going to solder it to? That? I don't get it. So it won't work for the moment. I'm going to talk to Doug, our local or resident pinball tech. And I'm going to ask him if, I guess there would be, technically a way, but I don't know how it's going to work because it's controlled by this board. It's not a regular lamp socket. So I don't want to screw with it. Obviously, Chuck, I wasn't planning to undermine you, but I just thought it'd be a smart idea. But you probably thought of it before and said there's no way. So we're going to just pay attention to the rules, which I'm going to just... okay, so that's where to do it. Where did you want it? A? Well, I'm not going to... So I'll tie it in. Like, I'm going to cut back and I'll tie it in. And I'll come back to where, like, what I've done and I'll just show it finished. Because I know this is going longer now that I've run into this. Again, nothing's ever easy. But I'll be back and I'll show you where I tied it in. Keep it neat. And show you, I'll be back. Okay, so it took longer, of course, than it should. But it's working. Now I'm going to put it down. So obviously I fed the wire through. Now it fed through right here. It's hard to get to, so oh, that's why. I forgot to plug this in. I had to feed it through, and I have little small girl hands. I was able to get through, but it was a little annoying. But a little issue where, and Chuck, if you're watching, it's not a big deal, but this Molex didn't snap in, and I don't know if it's not long enough or whatever, so I'm going to just tape it, because I don't want to dick around and then undo it and then redo it again. I'll just tape it. It's not as snug as I want it to be. It didn't click in. I didn't get that satisfaction. I have to plug this board in. I forgot. It's actually stupid of me that it's even on. But now I'm going to go under backwards here. But it's on. So you can see the two lights. So it works. So what I'm going to do is all I'm going to do is put tape there. Only thing I can suggest, it's a small thing, if you're watching, or whoever, is make sure before you start to mod it to see if that Molex, it clicks in. And then take it out, because it won't. I've tried it 1,000 times and it won't. It's okay, it works. It's not as snug as I like. I'm going to just tape it twice and it'll be fine. I actually had to do the same with the Airborne mod, because I got two females and then I just cut it. But it works and there's no issues. It looks a little hacky, but it works well. So let me just pause real quick. I come down, and because right now it gave me an error because it said something with a coin door, because this is not working. I forgot to plug it in. All right, so let me just plug this in quick. I'll be back. Okay, so I just put it down. So like I said, where you saw the Molex, I just wrapped electrical tape around it very carefully and just Scotch tape around that to really make a tight seal. It's working so far. So here's the end product. It's nice and secure. It looks beautiful. Obviously, the contrast isn't there because I have the light on, but as you can tell, it looks really, really cool. That's what it looks like by far. So it's always on. Again, I would have loved for it to have been tied to this insert of that lamp. Excuse me. Like I said, it won't. Or I don't know how based on that. Yeah, that wire, there's already a problem. So, because Francesco asked me the same thing, he goes, what about the wire? I'm like, what wire? Now I see it. I have to this wire has to be tucked out. Oh. Okay. Oh, you know what I should have done? No, there's a problem. Uh-oh. I had to put it behind and in. No, we have a problem. Well, shit. See, this wire should have been behind this this post or whatever to come through around. Silly me. I'm gonna have to undo it. Shit. So I'm gonna have to I have to undo that silly me and push it through, because now it's gonna be involved and it's gonna hit the ball. Damn it, I'll be back. Blessing in disguise. Because remember how I taped it? Remember when I was saying I was having an issue? This, I'm going to try this with one hand and see how it's like right there. Well, you're thinking, what's the big deal? It's not like I can one hand remove it. So these little pins are not, they're broken off, or they're not, they're either broken off or they're not big enough. That's bad, I can't, oh, right there. Because it won't, they literally just slides onto this. So when I took it off, and like I pulled on it because I have to undo it to wrap it around, it literally fell off. So a blessing in disguise, because that would not, during gameplay and the rumbling and everything, the shaker, it would have fallen off. So I'll just put it back in, and then I'm gonna have to tape it no matter what. So all that effort was really to nothing, because this just doesn't, it's not secure. So I'll put it back. I have to again just run the wire behind. That's silly me. I was just kind of rushing, and then I'll put it back, and then I'll just tape it, and then I just tape it like I did, and it'll just do it better. Or take this off and just and then just twist the two positive and negatives together, and then tape each side. Which actually, you know what, I'm going to probably do. I'm going to just take the two like that and then tie them together, electrical tape so they don't touch, and then electrical tape together. But it's going to be a little tough, and I need that precision, because getting in here, again, it's a little tough. Shit, it's always longer than it should. Again, Chuck, if you're watching, only thing I can suggest, mod's beautiful so far and it works. But just make sure they snap in and they're more secure, because now it's made it a bit tougher. Again, no complaint, just more of a FYI. I'll be back. All right, so it's a few hours later, have things to do, and I'm back. So I kind of overthought it. It's annoying that again, plug didn't work, but it's okay. All I did is take the two leads, and I put them into the existing plastic like Molex, and then I just taped it nice, and then it's snug and it's in there. So more importantly, it's working. And I didn't spend too much more time, and it was kind of getting annoying. So it's working. There it is. So there are the lights on. Again, I wanted it to be tied on with this, but it couldn't, just based on that. But again, my light's drowning it out. So that's it from afar. Looks kind of cool. So again, it looks neat from the angle, because there's Thorin protecting Erebor, the throne, and then Bilbo with where his house is, which is kind of cool. So what I might do, like I said, is paint that with or put the green like grass around it from like a craft store, but no rush. But it looks really good. Now, excuse me. Let me show you where I was with the score. So I have footage of, I'm gonna cut to the footage now, of me getting the GC and beating Ed's score. So there it is there. Grand Champ, 4,548,653. And then there's the other ones. Now, when I did the code, it erased the scores, but I have Ed's as well. His was 3 point. I'll put it up in a moment. But I'll show you some footage there. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you, and then we'll end the video now that I've got the Grand Champ, and we're pretty much all modded up. Ah, shit! Can you guys see my score? Are you recording, Mary? Fuck! Can you see me? Ball safe! Look at my score already. 2.8 million. I have 3 balls to go. I'm going to destroy Ed's score. A new king has been crowned, Robertson. A new king! I just wanted to get this on footage because you're going to say, oh, you played with the glass off. Screw you, Dino. All right, we're good. And then I'll record this after. Thanks, bud. I had the headphones on. $4,548,653. Let me make it say GC. Right there. So there you have it, everyone. That was part 4 of the Hobbit mods and also my GC score. I was, so excited when I got the score. Ed's a great player, so I have to give him kudos. He really put up a challenge for me, and all of his other games are really high. He is really a great player, very talented. But I did beat him, so it is what it is, fair and square. So there's that. The mod is beautiful. It looks great. I wish again I could tie it in to the other the other lamp, but again, the way with the boards are, they're different nowadays. And the only suggestion I would give, it was Chuck, right? Yeah, the only suggestion I would give Chuck is the with the mod with the like the half a foot 6-inch wire, make it 1.5 feet so there's more slack, so you can push it down and kind of and push it through, so you don't have to be kind of in the mix and taking thing apart. Make that part longer and then the other part shorter, and it would have been great. Another foot longer there. Take that length from where the splitter is, and then so it's easier. Other than that, it's a great mod. You've done a great job. Thanks for contributing to the hobby. Well worth the money. And guys, it's been a pleasure. If you haven't had a chance, please subscribe. There's more coming. Again, the more I keep saying I'm never going to mod this game, the more I do. So whatever at this point. It was very fun. It was exciting. It was a really cool mod, and I hope it's complete in a sense because I'm tired of spending money. Also, it's a great game. But it's been a pleasure. All the best, and thanks for checking out Top Tier. Peace.